Eight-legged's here. What's up, dog? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get into it, gentlemen. Get a couple more people in here. We'll start. We got a lot of stuff to go over today. Got a huge slate today, gentlemen. There is a little bit of news we got today, but I don't think it's going to be nothing crazy. Like, Giannis, he's probable. Haven't heard anything on Brad Bill yet. I don't think that's huge. Gary Trent was added to the injury report late. There's Jose. What's up, homie? So the only thing I'm really watching right now is DeAnthony Melton and Gary Trent. Because I liked Trent quite a bit today, even though he let us down the other day. Let's hop right into it because we got a lot of stuff to go over today. Big slate. Cat, quit meowing, please. Alright. Starting off at point guard. I got it sorted by let's go by projection today. At the top, my highest projected point guard. He's a core piece for me tonight, LaMelo Ball. Miller got injured in the first game, and he was their clear number 2. And this team just has nobody else that can play like him. He's a bona fide superstar. I mean, Bridges maybe, but he hasn't shown anything recently. And Seth Curry, Josh Green, and Nick Richards starting, I mean, yikes. He's going to have to do it all. And he's taken on the Hawks, a fast-paced team, and Trae Young is historically known as one of the worst defenders in the NBA. I want all the LaMelo Ball today. He's a core piece for me. Only pulling around 10% ownership right now. I think that's criminal. Tyrese Maxey, he's fine. I'm not here nor there on him. His price is a little too high for me, but I have him in MME. He can absolutely go off at any time, but nothing special for me. Cade Cunningham, also fine. MME only for me. Just a tough matchup with Cleveland. They play slow. They play great defense. Steph Curry was on the injury report. He come off. He's going to play. He's good to go. Great matchup against the Jazz. No issues at all with him falling in my lineup. Single entry or MME. Ja's okay. Kind of just MME for me. Nothing crazy about the matchup. Donovan Mitchell, I like him. I wouldn't mind if he fell into one of my single entries. You'll get different with him. He's not going to be very owned. But it's not a guy I'm forcing at all. Trae Young, couldn't ask for a better matchup. I like him quite a bit today. His price is just a little too much for me. Much rather have LaMelo for $200 more. LaMelo plays good defense, but as a whole, this Hornets team's awful. So if he falls in your lineup, I'm okay with it, but I'd much rather have Ball. Jalen Brunson, totally fine today. Great matchup with the Pacers who like to run the floor. I'm happy having him in single entry or MME. Tyrese Halliburton, just a fine play. Not trying to fit him in single entry, but I'm more than happy to have plenty of him in MME. Kind of the same thing with Dame and Van Fleet. Cam Thomas, I think, is too expensive today. I wouldn't have him in my single entry player pool, but MME, yes. McCollum's fine. Now we know Murray's out for quite a while with a broken ham. He's totally fine. Jalen Green, he's just MME only for me. Simons, MME. Most of these guys down through here are MME only. Kobe White, is really popping in projections, and I'm not understanding why. I think he might go over-owned because of that. Um, the public's currently at around 14-15% on him. I would want about half of that. But I noticed early he was popping in my projections and a couple other sites' projections as well, and I'm not sure why. I really like Sexton. You can get him cheaper than Colby White, and I just like Sexton more. Jaden Ivey, a little overpriced for my blood today. Tyus Jones I really like. Scored 34 in that opening match against the Clippers. But the big thing is he played 35 minutes. And he got there scoring 34 fantasy points, shooting 50% and only shooting 10 times. He grabbed boards. He had a block, 8 assists, 2 steals. I think he can get even more assists tonight against the Lakers. I like Tyus Jones quite a bit. Josh Giddey, I like a lot. I got a lot of him. It's just his price and the guys around him at that 2-guard position. I'm going to have a fair share of Giddey tonight. And it's not that I'm just in love with him. He's not a core piece. It's just he fits the lineups well tonight. Jordan Clarkson's fine, but he scored 35 fantasy points against Memphis, and he done it in 25 minutes. I don't expect that again. So keep that in mind. He only played 25 minutes, and that's probably what he'll play. Trey Mann, I like a lot. If he starts, you're going to have to pay attention to that starting lineup for the Hornets. LineStar currently projects Seth Curry and Josh Green to start. I kind of thought Trey Mann might, but pay attention to it. But he still came off the bench after that injury last game and played 29 minutes. So he could probably get you enough minutes. What's up, Prince? Here we have another core play for me today because the way I'm building today, I need value. It's Dyson Daniels, 5,200. I told you guys in the first game, he's going to get minutes, and look at what he done. Put up 41 fantasy points in 35 minutes. Do I expect him to put up 41 fantasy points again? Absolutely not. But this is a better matchup for him. It's all about those minutes for me. I think he can absolutely get you 25 to 30, and that's enough today. I will take that. I love Dyson Daniels' core play for me. The rest of these guys down through here, for the most part, are all going to be MME plays. But I will sort by value and show you one more guy I really like today, Davion Mitchell. He's too cheap. He's going to be starting for Quickly because Quickly got injured. He is also a core play for me today because of the way I'm building my lineups today. I need the value, and this is almost guaranteed value between him and Daniels. I know he's going to get the minutes. He played 25 minutes last game, but of course he did come in for Quickly after he got injured, so he should play the full game today. He's expected to be the one starting for Quickly. Everybody thinks so. I mean, if something changes, of course, I will update you, but everybody thinks he's starting. So, my 3 core pieces so far, LaMelo, Mitchell, and Daniels. So, everybody else through here we've talked about for the most part. If we haven't, they're just MME fillers for me. Moving over to the 2-guard, we're going to go by value. I think it's just easier. This is the big one right here, Gary Trent. Late addition to the injury report. I haven't found anything on him. Let me search X. I still want to call it Twitter. See if I can find anything. Still just questionable. We don't know. And that's big news because it's going to open up a lot of value if he's out. The next guy up, is it Andre? Who's the next guy up for him? Andre Jackson? That's who I would suspects up, and he's bone minimum price. That guy becomes amazing value if he's starting, but unfortunately we don't know yet. And we get some kind of update. Isaiah Jackson's available to play. That's nothing crazy. And that game doesn't start till 7, so we probably won't get that news before lock. So with that said, I would take him out of your player pool unless you're prepared to late swap. Agbaji, he played 25 minutes last game, scored 18 fantasy points, just wasn't enough. I rostered him, felt bad about it, but What are you going to do? But he did start that game, and I expect him to start again. And this team is super shorthanded with 5 guys out. He's got to play minutes. If he lands in your lineup, don't panic. I'm okay with it, even in single entry. He's just a filler to help you pay up for those guys. He needs around 20, 21 fantasy points. He can do it. That's not an issue. Kelly Oubre, I got a ton of him today. I know you guys don't like it after what he done against Milwaukee, but this Raptors team is not as good defensively as Milwaukee, and he did shoot 8 for 18. If he's taking 18 shots, I'll want him. So I'm totally okay with Oubre. Like him a lot today. Single entry and MME. Karis LeVert's fine. Don't mind him. Grady Dick I like a lot today. The shorthanded Raptors team I've got a ton of. For me, it would go 1 Scotty Barnes, 2 Davion Mitchell, 3 Grady Dick, 4 Agbaji. I got a ton of Grady today. He played 29 minutes last game. Should bump him up. Get a couple more minutes this game. He put you up 26 fantasy points. And I think he can do it again. This Philly team is not good. So, talked about Sexton, Mitchell. Bane, MME only for me. We talked about most of these guys so far. Really everything else down here is MME for me. Except Zach LaVine. I like him a lot today. He come up a lot in my early builds. I know he played like shit against New Orleans, but he did shoot the ball 17 times and played 37 minutes. He just had no peripherals. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's going to do better. I like LaVine today. I got a lot of him, even in single entry. Eric Gordon's okay at 4,300. He's very dependent on his shot, though. He shot 1 for 6 that first game. He's okay, but yeah, everybody else through here at the 2 guard, just MME only. And you guys know that I don't normally just breeze through it like this, but this is a huge slate, and we got to talk about the important people. Moving over to the 3, Josh Hart, totally fine. He let us down that first game, only played 24 minutes because it was a blowout. This game is going to be much more competitive. The Pacers are going to run the floor. He's going to get a lot of opportunities for steals, blocks, what he does best, rebounds. I like Josh a lot today. Got a lot of him in single entry and MME. Banchero, he's totally fine. I wish I would have been on him more against Miami. I just didn't like the game environment, but he really took over. 31 minutes with 33 points, shot the ball 24 times. He was on the glass with 11 rebounds. I like Paolo a lot today. Caleb Martin almost made the core. No, wait. Caleb Martin did make the core. I'm sorry. He is a core piece for me. He's just too cheap today. He played 37 minutes against Milwaukee, scored you 27 fantasy points. I need value today, and he's great value. This matchup is much softer, like when we were talking about Oubre. He was on the boards with 9 rebounds, almost had a double-double, and I think he can today. LeBron's fine. I'm never going to tell you not to play LeBron. And my last core piece, or no, it's not. It's not my last core piece. My 4th core piece is Scotty Barnes. I love Barnes today. This entire team's depleted. He has to play well. He only played 26 minutes last game because it was a blowout. And in 26 minutes, he got 14 shots up, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He's going to play much better today, okay? He has to. I mean, just look at this lineup. Davion Mitchell, Grady Dick, Agbaji, and Barnes. He's the only true scorer they have. Sure, Dick can shoot in the corner and shoot, but that's about it. Barnes is going to have to do everything for this team today. He's probable. I seen it earlier. Let's see, where's it at? I seen it somewhere that he's expected to play, that he's probable. I said I did. It was on my phone. See if I can find anything. Yeah, right here. Nick Nurse said Caleb Martin is probable. That's not what I seen earlier. I seen something from like ESPN or something where Nick Nurse was being interviewed about it. I think he's good to go. Um, Moving down the line here, we've talked about most of these guys. And Anobi, I know he let us down the other day, but I'm okay with him if he lands in my lineup at 5,300. This matchup's just so much better. He still played 34 minutes, and he shot 1 for 7. And he only had one steal, which is rare for him. He gets a lot of steals and blocks. But everybody else here at the 3 guard is just kind of MME filler for me. Nobody really stands out. We've talked about Levine. I think Rui Hachimura is being overlooked at only 3% owned. He's interesting for me. He's in one of my single entries. He just was. I watched this game. He was way more involved than he's ever been in his entire career. He was all over the court trying to do whatever he could to help his team win. And if that's how he's going to be, then I want him. It's not something he has historically done. Moving over to the power forward, love Zion Williamson today. He was almost a core piece. My core was between him and a center that we're going to talk about because he's a core piece. But I love Zion today. I just could not fit him in with all my core pieces. Well, I did in one lineup, but it's a little iffy. But love Zion today. He's just not supposed to be priced at 8,900. You look at last year, 9.1, 9.1, 3 point, or 9.3, 9.2, 9.2, 9.5, 9.4. Like, he's just too good of a player. And it's a solid matchup. I mean, nothing crazy. Portland's bad. Allen Mobley, I like them both. Take your pick. I mean, normally one of them goes off, and the other one's just kind of eh. Last game, it was Mobley that went off for 53 fantasy points, and Jared Allen still had 38. He still got value at 7.4K. So take your pick of which one you want. I have a slight lean towards Allen just because he's cheaper, but there's no wrong answer. They're both good. So moving down, Siakam's fine. Don't mind if I wind up with Siakam. Jabari Smith's the next guy we haven't talked about. He's okay. Like, nothing crazy. I know against Charlotte he failed. He played 33 minutes and pretty much done nothing. But a lot of that is because Sengun is just taking over in the paint. He's getting every rebound, So, when you play Smith, you gotta be aware of that. Draymond was questionable, but it come out that he's going to play. I don't mind him. He's fine. He only played 20 minutes against Portland because he kept fouling and then tried to cuss out a ref and then got a technical and just kept cussing. So Kerr had to call a timeout and get him on the sideline. And Draymond being Draymond. Bobby Portis. You can never go wrong with Bobby P. I love him. He's such a reliable player. Like, from a real-world standpoint, I would love to have a Bobby P on my team. A guy you can depend on off the bench. Giannis, he's fine, but you're going to need a lot from him today. Should be a good game, but I'm not that thrilled. Everybody else I'm looking at through here is just kind of MME filler, though. Moving over to center with our last core piece, and then I'm going to post it in the Discord. It's going to be Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know if I've ever seen him at 7.7K. I say that, but right here last year in the playoffs, he was around that. And then the next series, he was at 13.5K. So, this guy's just a monster, and he shouldn't be this cheap. He let you down if you played him the first game of the season because he played 24 minutes. The game was over. It was a complete blowout. But he still put up 9 shots, grabbed 7 boards, and had 3 assists. Against this Pacers defense, he's going to eat. I promise you that. And I said that yesterday about Wemby too, but, Okay, we got a starting lineup here. This is the Sixers from Underdog. Gonna start Lowry, Maxey, Oubre, Martin, Drummond. So that's who we thought it'd be, so we're good there. But Karl Anthony Towns is the last core piece. And let me post that core in the Discord real fast. I wish my cat would quit meowing. It's so annoying. She wants to go outside. Alright. So we talked about Cat. I love Cat today. Gonna have a ton of him. But the only if he was just priced, I'm talking maybe $300 more expensive. Sengun would have been your core piece. I love Sengun today. I'm honestly about 60-40 between Cat and Sengun. I told you I loved him first game of the season, and he delivered. This matchup's not as good, but it's still a great matchup. Zach Edey fouled out in 15 minutes against Walker Kessler. Sengun is better than Kessler. He's going to have Edey in hell. The only catch with Sengun is his price. It's $9,200. You know, they bumped it $600 from the first game, and I think he's just going to continue to eat. And he's currently only projected for 5% ownership. If you want to get different, play Sengun over Cat today, because Cat will be very owned. I got him currently around 20%, which normally is okay, but a slate this big, that's pretty heavy. But I love Sengun and Cat today, and it's one of those days I wish I could play two centers on FanDuel. Moving down the line here, Vucevic is fine. I mean, Brook Lopez is an amazing defender, so he's kind of MME only for me, but you would get different with him. Miles Turner's a good play. Don't mind Miles at all. He put up 45 fantasy points against Detroit. He's one of those players that when he's on, he is on. But when he's off, he's off. You can see 56, 55 fantasy points when he's on, but when he's off, 23, 15, 17. You know. Moving down the line, AD, I don't think he's... I don't understand why he's not getting the love he should. I know his price was bumped $200, but he put up 72 fantasy points against Rudy Gobert. I don't think Nurkic is going to be able to stop him, okay? So I really like AD today, too. It's just most of my ownership is going to Cat and Sengun. But that isn't is going to AD. And it's not much. I think I'm playing 350-something lineups today, and I think he might be in 5. So, you know, not much, but I love AD. I see a lot of the industry on Clint Capella today, and I told you guys, big men against Charlotte is a thing. But the Hawks do this thing where they kind of split Capella's center minutes. Like the first game of the season, what did he play? Yeah, 20 minutes. And they've done that for so long. The 30-minute games you're seeing here are when his backup was hurt. So I don't get it. My favorite low on studs, Sengun. Let me look at all the studs here. So, 1 would be Sengun by far. 2 would be Anthony Davis. Well, really 1 would be LaMelo Ball, the core piece. Depends on what you're saying low on. LaMelo's 10% today, and I think that's high for a slate this big because it's 10 games. So I'll exclude LaMelo, but LaMelo's my favorite play on the day, period. But number 1 would be Sengun at 5%. Number 2 would be AD. Then looking down, Zion. Yeah, Zion's got to be in there at 8%. Those 3 guys for sure. But I don't think you have to look at ownership as much on a 10-game slate. You got to look at the variance. With this many players in the player pool, the chances of you creating the same lineup as somebody else is vastly smaller than if it was a 5-game slate. But going back down the center, there's nothing else I really am in love with. Drummond always has that upside, but he's pulling ownership. Played 25 minutes against Milwaukee. Ayton, he's cheap. He has some upside as well. He's going to be taking on Daniel Tice and Zion. So, Jalen Duran, I can't play him except for an MME today. Walker Kessler got a huge price bump after his big game against Memphis, but he's always been kind of streaky. He's had big games as well, but Draymond, much better defender than whoever Memphis was throwing out there because Edey couldn't. He fouled out in 15 minutes. Like, come on. The rest of these guys are really MME filler, but if you want to go cheap at center, I really like Podol today. It's the fact that this team is so injured. I'm all over him today, but he's a good player, but he is going to be taking on Drummond. Laurie, I looked at him earlier. If I could type. Yeah, he's almost unowned at 2%. I think Laurie's fine. He put up 47 against Memphis. This Golden State team's a little bit better defensively. But, yeah, Laurie is a fine play at 8K. He can definitely pay that off. I don't mind Laurie at all today, even in single entry. Look at the percentage owned players here. It looks like Kelly Oubre is pulling the most ownership right now, followed by LeBron for some reason. I don't know why. We got any updates here? Nope, just their starting lineup. Alright, guys. You got any questions, hit me with them. I'm pretty sure I have all of my lineups put in. Let me just double check that. But that Gary Trent news is going to be big. If you're going to play him, be sure that you can late swap. But the news is sounding like he's not playing. Giannis is going to play. He was just listed available. Brook Lopez is going to play as well. Okay, well, if you're giving us Brook and Giannis, can you give us Gary Trent while you're at it? Shut up, cat. No, they're not going to. But the Cavs are going to start Garland, Mitchell, Wade, Mobley. Allen, that's the same lineup they started the first game. And how many minutes did LeVert play that game? I know Wade only played like 20, I think. LeVert only played 21. I was expecting more. Yeah, Wade played 20. Yeah. I was really expecting him to play more. Trent is playing? Awesome. Good deal. That makes it a lot easier. We're getting more and more news in by the second. I'm getting it on my phone and PC. Josh Green is going to play for Charlotte. And we got the Nets lineup. Dennis Schroeder, Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith. And they're still trying this Ben Simmons at center deal for some reason. Don't understand why they're doing that. Here's some of the updated stud ownership for you 8. LeBron is pulling so much ownership and I don't get it. I guess they think like he's taking on KD, he's like gonna go crazy, but I would much rather have AD. I know he's more expensive, but he's cheaper, and at this point in his career, he's just a better basketball player. After I get done with the stream, I'm going to be going to play some Call of Duty if anyone wants to join me. I am loving the new Call of Duty. I know Prince said something about it earlier. Cat over Sengun? Yes. I had to make a decision, and Cat is just such a safer play. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I got Cat in 60% of my lineups and Sengun in like 39% and AD in 1%. That's my center exposure today is just those three. That's it. Palo's running the point? Are you serious? Oh, you're saying he's 11K. I got you. I think that's what you're saying. No, because he's 9.1. What are you saying, 8? You got me confused. Oh, his ownership. Yeah, I agree. Um, in big tournaments, I have some Palo myself. Yeah. I'm slow, you guys. I'm good with stats, analytics, and numbers, but when it comes to anything else, hang it up. Had to move that to my other screen. Dude, the cat is so pissed off that I'm not letting it outside. I have like the best cat in the world, but man, she gets mad if we don't let her out. Any new updates, Underdog? Nothing really. Hey, there's my wifey. Alright, we got about 25 minutes till lock. If you said Gary Trent's playing, right? I already entered the nickel, and I got a lot of him in the nickel. I don't know how to reserve and then upload. I tried what you told me to, Jose, and I screwed it all up. Let's see, what's Line Star say? Caleb Martin's in, Guinness. Okay, I mean, Line Star tweets it, I believe it. Yeah, Nick Claxton's supposed to get his minutes increased. I forgot to touch on that. I'm still not interested in him, but I want to see what they do with him today. He played 15 minutes against Atlanta. So, like, if he played 28 minutes and they said that, then I would have interest. But since he only played 15, that's kind of worrisome. Trey Mann and Daniels. Trey was pulling it earlier. Not anymore. He's at 4% now. And Daniels. He's at 21. Yeah, I know. I opened it as a CSV, but I didn't know how to take my CSV from, like, let's click my lineups I ran earlier. So I can click export and it downloads them as a CSV. It just did. So I done that, and then I went to, like, FanDuel and downloaded their CSV, but I didn't know what to do with their CSV and then my CSV. Like I didn't know how to copy and paste it over, like where to paste it or anything like that. Alvarado or Hawkins? It's probably Hawkins, but let me double check who they're going to throw in that lineup. I really don't think you got to play either one of them today. Well, it looks like it's going to be Alvarado. I was wrong. That makes more sense because Jose's more of a pure guard, or point guard. So they're projecting Alvarado to start, so I'd say him. Jose, you're going to have to get in Discord with me one day so I can share my screen and you can show me. Let me check Discord, make sure I don't have any questions in there. Guys, if you're watching the live show, you don't have to ask me questions in here, but it makes it a lot easier for me because I currently only have 2 monitors. So when I pull up Discord to answer a question or something, I have to cover up my streaming screen. Yeah, I wouldn't want Jose today. He's probably unowned. Yeah, 2%. I had him projected for 16. LineStar has him for 18.59. But Murray got injured pretty early in that game against Chicago, and he still only played 13 minutes. I would take a wait-and-see approach on him if it was me, but you do you, buddy. Let's see what the LineStar chat has to say. This guy says lock for me. Yeah, they like Sengun too. That guy don't like Daniels. That's the thing with Daniels, guys. Don't expect this 41-point fantasy performance. But if he gets you 25 to 30, you're great. Like, that's what you want. You just want him to get value so your high-price guys can reach their ceiling. AD, gonna keep playing him early before he gets hurt. I like that. Scotty B. Yeah, like this guy says, this guy, I really like him, Mike K. He knows ball. He's like, he better have astronomical usage tonight. He's got to. He has to tonight, guys. There's nobody else. And that does that. And like this guy said, a point guard in the power forward spot's a win. Scotty's not playing power forward, but that's what they have him listed as. Kyle Lowry. Revenge game. I don't play the revenge narrative. I don't play the birthday narrative. None of that. This dude, I have no idea how to say his name. He played meaningful minutes, but Zion's back. No, don't play him. Cat. That guy likes Cat. Oh, speaking of Cat, here's mine. Yeah, keep meowing at everybody else. Don't you step on my power button. She does it all the time. When I'm gaming, she will step on my power button and turn it off. I've been in the middle of some long write-ups for NFL or college football and almost done, and she steps on the power button on my PC, and I lose all of it. I had to redo an entire thing a couple weeks ago for college football. I was heated. Me and this Mike guy that plays on Yahoo, we're kind of on the same page today. Alright guys, we got about 19 minutes before lock. If you have any questions, hit me with them now. I'm happy to help. Guys, make sure you invite your friends to the Discord. Post us on social media. Post us on Reddit, Facebook, Insta, whatever you guys use. Help us grow. We will reward you, I promise. We will take care of our own. You get some people in here, they let us know you referred us. Give you a month free, 3 months free, 6 months free, depending on how many people you get. Just keep it rolling. We are into some affiliate marketing now. If you guys are interested and think you can get some people to join, just reach out and we will set up whatever you want, depending on how many people you can get. Got any updated news from Underdog? Jaren Jackson's rolled out. We knew that. Let's see. Line Star just sent me a notification. Jeff Doughton isn't going to play, so any of you Jeff Doughton players out there, I don't even know who this guy is, to be completely honest with you. Couldn't tell you. But he's not playing. Oh yeah, did you see where Josh Reynolds got shot? Well, not shot, but like shot at. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the Jeff news. Also, with my takedown the other night, I'm going to use some of the money from that, and I found a bot. I'm going to try to set that up, actually, after the stream before I start playing COD, that will send every tweet from Underdog straight to the Discord. That way, as soon as they tweet it out, you guys will know. Like, hey, if we were playing Jaren Jackson tonight, you would know, hey, he's rolled out. So I'm going to set that up after the stream. Got any more questions about the slate? Let me know. 15 minutes to lock. I'm here for you. I'm surprised I don't get more 1v1 questions. Kind of like what you did earlier. Cat or Sengun. If you say Cat or Nick Claxton, that's easy, but Cat Sengun's a tough one, because I really wish I could play both tonight. I'm not playing DK tonight, but if I was, I'm sure I would have them both. I hadn't even done DK projections today, so I don't even know what their prices are over here. I'm looking now. AD's too cheap. Dyson would be a lock. Yeah, Sengun would definitely be a lock. Cat's a little more expensive over there, though. Maybe not a lock, but you gotta play Trey Man if you're playing DK tonight. He would instantly be a core piece. 4,300's too cheap for Trey Man. Trey Sengun would be my first two core pieces. Where's Sengun? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Then give me some Trey. And let's see what else we got here. Zion or KD? Zion by far. Hands down, not even close. And in fact, I think, yeah, Zion's going in my core on DK. He's too cheap. If I can click the lock button, damn. I'd really like to get LaMelo in here too, but I don't think I can with the pieces I have. Let's just run it and see what we get. It's only 3 core pieces. I'm not playing DK. I'm just doing this for fun. This first one gave me LaMelo, but you got a bunch of shitters with him. I like the second one more. I might throw that into a contest real fast. Is there any contest left on here? I guess I should check that first. Let's see, NBA Classic. Yeah, there's a couple. There's 2 little single entries. I'll just use. Oh, that one's full. Never mind. I'm gonna throw this cat in the yard, I swear to God. I entered a lot of qualifiers today. Well, contests to win tickets to qualifiers. That's something I haven't done a lot, like in my DFS career. Let's see, at the forward position, 5,300. Who they got projected well? Probably be Mr. Dick. Alright, swap it back to FanDuel. Got any updates from Underdog? Doesn't look like it. Alright, guys. Any questions? If not, I'm going to bounce out of here. Alright, guys. Well, if you guys don't have anything, I'm out. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you take down. I hope we don't get Wimbied. God, I'm so sorry about the Wimby, guys. But y'all know he's an insane player. Like, there's no reason he should have fumbled that. Such a good matchup. But alright, guys, I'm out. Have a wonderful night. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you like, hit the sub button, and join the Discord. It's linked down below. If you can't find it, I will link it right here. And I appreciate you guys. See ya.